who Genghis Khan was. I had this evil leader that did all this stuff in your movie. Really shed some light on, some stories that we may not have heard about this guy. How were you able to go back and find what you depicted to be the truth about this character?
Do know, for me it was a challenge to make this movie because I'm from Russia, I'm a Russian film director. We Russians live like 250 years under Mongolian rules, and Genghis Khan, like Mongolians and Russians, they will say Genghis Khan. Do know, it was kind of image of the brutal, merciless man, almost no heart, also primitive and almost barbarian. But he was portrayed so badly that I started to be suspicious, and because I was I didn't believe that he was born as a monster. And I found, and I started to look for another books and sources, and I found just amazing, great childhood story. He was orphaned, he suffered a lot, he was slave, he was underdog, and amazing love story. And I was thinking something wrong with his interpretation, and kind of first idea was just to make a movie about boy who became Genghis Khan. But when I started to write the script, I was thinking it will be not enough, of course, just I wanted to tell more. So I wanted to bring him alive, I wanted to understand who he was,
Temudgin, энэ манай олж ирсэн юм дотор хамгийн сайн танд өгье. Эмэс охтын замхаа бүр авчихсан. Бидэнд үлдсэн хувь нь эдгээр.
이 네개를 합하면 우르ツ이스 하빈 제스그 마틱 체르교도 보스테트 바랑 혼말이 우르드스틴 겨러버도 그래.
자.
엔셀레미 찬득이.
Ахтунараа эдгээр юмуудыг Temudgin бүгдийн танаас өгсөн шээ. Ямар уу? За эдгээр таны олзооны хасгал дээр очир те. Тэр чам тань хүн байна да. Олжсэн юм чирэгдөө өгч гэж.
Яа дэтэхгүй байхаа.
Бас хүний үрийг гэртэн цэцгэжээ.
Миний анны Mongol.
Тэр ямар чиний анд би жоохон дүүч юм шиг.
Why do you think that, well, I know Winston Churchill once said that history is nothing more than a lie agreed upon. Why do you think that, here in America and there in Soviet Russia, why do you think that the history books don't always depict stuff the way that may have really happened? Why do you think this?
I just strongly believe from the ancient times historians were not independent people. Somebody was behind their back watching what you're writing. And people were pushed to rewrite, and so it's not, you have to be very skeptical, like in Russian history, it was people rewrote many times, the history. It was during the Stalin's time, after the Stalin's time. It was amazing. I remember some pictures, from famous pictures. It's like Stalin and somebody else staying near him, and suddenly, look, they will edited. Even pictures, of course, it was easy to rewrite the books.
Okay, and in the legend of the Black Arrow, you said that was the story that really kind of started opening your eyes to the true Genghis Khan. When you read that, did you know when you finished reading that you was going to make a movie about?
I was thinking, it would be a great story for the movie, and especially the writer was one of the first Russian historians who decided to look at this story, and it was interesting. His personal story, it's Lev Gumilev, he spent 10 years in Stalin's camp in the Gulag. And I trusted people who spend time in the prison, because they have another view about life, death, betrayal, love. It's interesting, and for me, it's kind of questionable story in Genghis Khan life that he was captured and spent time in the prison, but it's 10 years of his life missing. And some historians believe, it was missing because people didn't want to talk about this. It was almost forbidden to talk about this. And for me, man in the prison, you can be, you can go crazy or you can be so strong, almost unbreakable. And this man became very strong after all his sufferings.
这个是1吊子，那些嘛是2吊子。那个，这个嘛是5吊子。太贵了，3吊。哎，这个家伙嘛，杀死了我的一个最好的一名卫士啊，真的。
不要买它。 不要招来灾祸。一个奴隶能招来什么灾祸？我们有几百个奴隶呢。他是个不能忍受侮辱的武士。你说什么，老家伙？他是奴隶，他到死也是奴隶。我现在就可以处死他。我看见几千个蒙古骑手在毁灭我们的国家，罪过呀！ 哎，蒙古人，你要毁灭我们的国家吗？
It's known now that he was very tolerant. He believed in his Mongolian God, blue sky, but he was completely open to any religion. His war was not about religion. He was surrounded by Muslims, by Christians, Buddhists, the Taoist people, and he was really interested, especially in the end of his life, to talk with monks. And monasteries didn't pay taxes. In his even in Mongolia, people were building different temples, churches. He was completely open, which was really unusual, even now for such leader to be open to any religion.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think there's anything that our world leaders today can learn from his philosophies with his empire?
For me, I think it would be great if the audience will watch the movie and they will understand, okay, don't believe in some stereotypes and cliché. Learn more about different people and cultures, and for me it will be great, and maybe will be enough.